This is the plaintiff, Anissa Williams. She claims her dad, the defendant, owes her money, and as painful as it is to sue him in court for it, she wants to be repaid. She is completely heartbroken and upset over this ordeal, and is hoping the judge can provide some closure for her and award her the $5,000 she's suing for. This is the defendant, Nathaniel Green. He says the plaintiff, his daughter, offered to help him out when he was going through a tough time with his girlfriend and their breakup. He finds it ridiculous that she's suing him in court today because she never once mentioned he had to pay her back for what he thought was family kindness. He's accused of dismissing his daughter. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $1,000 for slander.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
Anissa Williams, you are suing your father, Nathaniel Green, for $2,200 in unpaid rent, as well as money for items you say he stole from you and pain and suffering.
Yes,
Tell me what's going on.
Well, to start off from the beginning, when I was younger, my father was never around, not for moral, mental support at all.
Not
and
true.
Hold on.
It actually is true. And, you know, like growing up, that was really traumatizing.
What do you mean by never around?
Just out with his friends, partying, whatever he was doing.
How often would you see him?
Once a week.
Okay.
And it was really
I need you not to interrupt. You will have your turn, but you can't talk while she's talking.
Okay.
I can't hold court that way.
And then, you know, like his whole attitude about it is just really smug. Like, you know, I can do this, I can do that. Like, I was really traumatized because, you know, like I never had that father support that, a young girl should have. And seeing my
How old
friends.
are you?
I'm 20.
20?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But this was even younger. Now I'm still traumatized, but seeing my friends just have their father for support, they're at the prom, traumatized me.
Okay, well, the prom shouldn't traumatize you. And
Well,
lots of people,
having-
unfortunately, lots of people don't have a father figure, but I hear you. You're angry. Okay, now, but what happened here?
Well, he was
According to you, he fell off the face of the earth when you were 15.
Yes, he fell off
And you didn't see him until when?
Until he hit me up on Facebook around August 7th saying that he broke up with his girlfriend is kicking him out, and he needed a place to
Wait,
stay.
and you hadn't heard from the guy in literally 5 years?
Here and there from through family members, like, your father said hi, or, how you doing, and,
No, I meant hear from him, like he picks up a phone and he calls you, or he...
No.
Okay. All right,
No.
so then he says to you, my girlfriend is kicking me out and I need a place to stay, and you say, oh, right here? Where were you staying at the time?
I'm still staying in Brooklyn, in my apartment.
You live in an apartment. Who do you live with?
I live with my 3 younger brothers. I have custody of them.
You have custody of three younger brothers?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are they?
15, 17, and 13.
Where's the mom? Is the mom the same mom with this dad of everybody?
Yes. That's why I was trying to tell you it's traumatizing. Like,
that's traumatizing.
Yes.
What I had heard earlier was very common. What you're telling me now is not common. Where's the mom?
She's nowhere to be found, ma'am.
She just took off?
Yes, ma'am.
When did she take off?
She took off like 2 years ago. So
you're 18 years old. You and your siblings are all living in the same house at the time? 2 years ago? And then mom takes off. Does she have a drug problem? Is there some issue?
Yes.
And then dad, what do you do? Does anybody call dad and say, hey, man up because she's gone and we need help here?
I had no way of getting in touch with him. Like, I felt abandoned, alone.
Did any other family members help to step up or anything?
I mean, for moral support, but I had to be the backbone.
All right, so he calls you and needs a place to stay and you say, okay?
Well, I didn't just say, okay, like, you can come, you're, all right, you're still my father. I still have a heart. That's me. But you're going to pay to stay.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Okay.
So,
and how much was he supposed to pay?
$550 a month.
$550 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you have that in writing?
I didn't have a personal lease. I wanted to keep everything legal. So, I mean, but...
All right, so do you have any texts or Facebook or something like that that would show that there was an agreement to pay?
No.
Okay. All right, so he agrees to pay according to you, and then he moves in, and how does it go?
It was fine for the first couple of weeks, but then, like, he started smoking marijuana. I told him that I didn't like that. I didn't want that around the boys. And, he went on a little rampage. And, I told him...
What did he say? Wait. What did he say back?
He was like, you know what, it just calms me down, and this is just, a little herbal medicine. And I was like, you know what, I don't want that.
I can't have you interrupting. I'm not going to tell you this again.
I don't want that around myself, and especially around the minor boys. Like I said before, he has a really smug, I don't care attitude, and he thinks that he can do whatever he wants. So
you're 20. How old are you?
40.
Yeah. How old is your mom?
She is 42.
Have you heard from her since all this?
No.
All right. Do you know where she is?
Nope. I don't care where she is. She just left.
You don't care because it sounds like it left your 4 children who were teenagers without a parent. So somehow
I
you should
wasn't
care.
there when this happened. I don't really know what happened.
Don't you think you should have been there when it happened?
Yeah, I should have been there.
I mean, it shouldn't matter to you that there's 4 people that you brought into the earth that have to fend for
that's
themselves
irrelevant to
because
this case,
neither
though.
one of you, even though everybody wants to have sex and everybody wants to have babies because they're cute in the beginning, nobody's committing to the lifelong job that the damn thing is.
I mean, Your Honor, that's irrelevant to this case right now.
Is it? Because what she says is that you went in there and took advantage of her. You're claiming that not only did he not pay rent, but according to you, he stole from you. Tell me what you say.
Yes.
So yeah, it kind of becomes relevant.
The little bit of money that, I was able to, gather up, I went to buy the boys some early Christmas presents, because I do celebrate that. And the boys was really, excited about having presents this year because we couldn't celebrate it last year. So he left on the 19th and he took the Christmas presents.
No, I didn't.
And
How long was he there?
He was there for 4 months.
Were the boys happy to see him or did they resent him?
I mean... They were because they was blind to what was really going on. They was really young at the time, so dad's back, and I didn't want to take that away from them. The boys enjoyed him.
Okay.
They enjoyed him.
All right. So now, how does it end up that he leaves? Like, how does that happen?
Well, again, I'm coming home from work, and I smell marijuana throughout before I even get the key in the door. It's in the hallway. So I go in, he's doing it again, and I tell him, you know what, this is it. Like, you got to stop. You got to stop or you're out of here. So he's on a rampage again. You know what? I can do whatever I want. I'm a grown man. You're not my mother. Okay? I'm not your mother, but this is my apartment. So you should have some, there's rules and regulations that, you got to follow and you got to respect. So I guess he gets mad about that and he knows it's the last straw. He knows. So I guess, he's like, you know what? I'm out of here. And good.
And how did he end up leaving?
Well, I wasn't there.
So when he leaves, he just up and leaves? Like you didn't know that was the day he was...
Everybody, the boys went to school, I went to work, and when I come back, he's gone. I look in his room.
It's not your turn.
I look in his room. Everything's gone. His clothes, everything that he owned was gone. I go in my room. I'm calling him, texting him, no answer. And then I noticed that my jewelry set is gone in a little box.
What's your jewelry set?
It's earrings, a necklace, and a bracelet that my aunt had gave to me. Yes. Everything was in my closet. It was 3 sneakers. Like, the boys, they really like Jordans and, that type of young stuff. So I got them a pair each. Everything was in my closet so the boys couldn't come in, take a sneak peek. That was all I could afford. Everything was in there. When I came in, everything was gone. Everything was brand new. Wrapped up, never worn.
Gift wrapped?
Yes, gift wrapped.
The 3 Jordans?
Yes.
What about the jewelry? Where was the jewelry?
In the closet as well.
All right, Mr. Green, what's going on?
I got in touch with my daughter in, I think it was July. I didn't have anywhere to go. I asked her, can I stay with her for a little while? And she agreed. I didn't say I was going to pay any type of rent because she knew that I was trying to save my money to get my own apartment at that time.
According to her, you had agreed to pay $550.
That's not true.
Well, what were you going to pay?
I didn't have any. I was saving my money. I wasn't going to pay anything. I was doing little things.
Where were you going to find rent that was zero somewhere? I mean, everybody has to.
I mean, this is my daughter.
Well, this is your daughter, and you've always been there for her, right? I mean, because she described a horrible scenario. Would you like to correct the facts in any way?
Okay, I was there when she was younger. Unfortunately, I was dealt a bad hand in life.
Oh, how were you dealt a bad hand? What was the bad hand you were dealt?
Just growing up myself. I didn't have an education. The streets was my life at that time.
Why do you have to have 4 kids then? You can make the streets your life if you feel like it. But why does that have to
I mean,
play
it wasn't
4
my
other
choice. I
humans?
can't tell a woman when to bred in and create a
Oh,
child.
you can. It's called a condom. Oh, it's all the rage. You should seriously look into it. There are ways that you could be in control of the situation. There are. If you don't want to do it, then you don't want to do it. But don't tell me that it's an accident or she snuck up on you when there's 4 of them. You're special, Mr. Green.
Thank you.
No, not in a funny way. Not in a funny way. So according to you, where did you stay when you were in that apartment?
In a bedroom.
There was one unoccupied bedroom?
Yeah, it was 4 bedrooms. I had my own bedroom. 17-year-old had one. 2 of them, the 2 youngest ones, shared one. And
how were you able at 20 to afford that?
Well, I have assistants for the 2 younger ones.
Okay.
And that was the way that I can get the apartment. And, you know, it was traumatizing. Like, I don't have any kids. I had to stop.
Oh, you do?
I had to drop out of school. I couldn't even finish school because I had to take care of my brothers.
Are you working now?
Yes, I'm working.
What are you doing?
I work at fast food restaurant right now.
Okay. Do any of the other boys work?
No, they're all currently in school. And the oldest one, the 17-year-old one, he's going to college. So I'm proud to say that I was a part of that.
Good for you. And I'm sure he will too.
Yes.
They don't forget.
No, I know.
They don't. All right, so you stayed in your own bedroom. And apparently you didn't like that she was being bossy and acting like she was the parent.
She used to tell me what to do, like, you know.
Like don't smoke pot?
That too, yes.
Okay, and why did it bother you? You don't think that the person whose place you're staying at for free, according to you, has a right to tell you to please not
I mean, it wasn't just
do
that.
illegal drugs in front of your own children who are minors?
I just felt the certain way that she's my daughter. She's trying to tell me what to do. It wasn't just about the pot. It's about them, you know, just when they turn off the lights and all types of crazy things.
Well, were you paying the electricity?
I wasn't paying anything.
Exactly. So you don't think she has a right to tell you when you should be turning off lights? Okay. So how long did this go on before you couldn't take the unbearable situation of someone telling you to stop smoking pot and having a free apartment? By the way, were you working?
Yeah, I was working, but she knew that I was trying to save my money to get out of that situation, so I didn't have to listen.
Have a seat.
So I didn't have to listen to her telling me what to do. So I was trying to save my money up to move into my own place.
All right. According to her, when you left, you took 3 pairs of sneakers and some jewelry.
I don't know nothing about that. It's just embarrassing even that she came up with something like that. I don't know nothing about that.
If not you, then who?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't know who.
I wasn't living there. Who would steal the kids' Christmas present?
I don't know. I don't know.
Was there somebody else who was sitting there smoking pot all day and living for free?
No.
With an attitude?
Because I was smoking pot, that means that I was a thief?
Not at all.
I didn't take any sneakers.
Because you're not exactly a giver. I might buy that you're a thief.
Okay,
You're
granted,
kind of a guy who takes what he wants and does what he wants when he feels like doing it, as opposed to the kind of man that someone will be proud to call their father. You got 4 kids you brought into the world. You got a mother who took off, and you are talking like you're the 15-year-old, not even the 17-year-old, the 15-year-old. I need my money. I want to get out of there because she's telling me what to do, Judge. She's telling me I can't smoke pot, and I'm a grown man. Am I hearing you? Do you hear you? Do you hear you?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, my question, would you ever sue your dad?
Absolutely not. I don't know if that's even a question.
It is a question because what if your dad stole money from you? What if your dad was really kind of a bad guy?
At the end of the day, he took care of you. He brought you up. I would never do it.
Sue your dad?
I would not sue my dad. He's my blood. He's taken.
What about your brother or sister? Would you ever sue them?
No.
Okay, I'm going to do one more. Somebody steals from you, and really bad, and they won't pay you back. And it's a third cousin.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, we're going up the family tree with this woman, going inside the courtroom.
You have a counterclaim of $1,000 for slander.
Yes, because she was running around telling all my family members and our mutual friends that I stole things from her, and I don't even know nothing about that.
When you left there, where'd you go?
To stay with my mom.
Come on up. But you just tisked when he said that.
Because he's a loser. Like,
Did he go stay with his mom?
I'm guessing. I don't know.
Do you have a relationship with his mom or no?
We talk, but, you know.
But she was telling her
Do
that.
any of the
fall far from the
relatives help
tree.
you financially or no?
No. I have to do it on my own.
Was there anybody else staying there?
No. No.
The 17, the 15, and the 13, do they ever give you any trouble?
No, never.
Any of them have a drug issue?
No.
Any of them want to steal something to sell it because they need the value of it?
No, that's the whole reason why I didn't want that around them. So they can never turn out like them. The 13-year-old.
But Anissa, here's the thing. You know him, and then you brought him into your sanctuary anyway, which was not the wisest thing, right? It is not your job to be guardian up. It shouldn't even have to be your job to be guardian down. But God bless you for doing it. And they're gonna thank you, and anything they are will be thanks to you. So that's God's work. Got it?
Yeah.
All right. And you know what? That's never gonna change. And it's so sad.
That's not how
It's sad.
how could you even say
Get
that?
out of my courtroom. I can't look at you another second. Just get out. Just get out. I don't even want to.
Thanks for lying on me.
Okay.
Wow.
Right to your left, bro.
The worst part about it isn't what a crappy daddy is. The worst part about it is what an attitude he has. That's what, to me, I can only imagine if this is what he is when he puts on a suit and comes in front of a judge. I can only imagine what the attitude is like when he's alone inside of your apartment. I can only imagine what it's like.
It's hard being there. Like, I cry at night because I don't have my mother or my father, but I have my brothers. And, you know, the 13-year-old, he cries, like, asks me where our mother is. I don't know. I don't know what to tell him.
Do you even know if she's alive?
I don't know.
You know, I see people walk in here every single day taking handouts that they shouldn't be taking. And then I see you, and you deserve the help. And I hope you have a good social worker working with you to help you through this, because it's financially going to be a drain. And you deserve to have a little bit of a life, too. And unfortunately, you may have to wait a few years to have that little bit of a life. But whether you believe in karma or God or whatever your belief system is, it's going to come to you in spades, my dear. All right?
Thank you.
Keep doing God's work.
Thank you.
So in your lawsuit against him, let's go over it. You're suing for the rent.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
believe you. You're suing for the sneakers and the necklace. I believe you. You think he took it because it's
No,
missing when he leaves.
he took
and
it.
there's no other suspect.
He took it because
Of
he was
course
the
he
only
took
one
it.
who had the key
The
to the
access,
apartment.
he's the only one who has the absence of heart to not care how that would affect other people. And that's why all that stuff is relevant. But the pain and suffering that you're suing for, just because somebody's a miserable human being doesn't mean that that entitles you to $2,000 in pain and suffering. So that amount I am subtracting, and then I am ordering that he pay you the entire rest of the amount, which is $2,975, and on his $1,000 for slander, truth is a defense. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so the gavel comes down. You heard it come down. What's going through your mind now?
She didn't give me a chance to prove my side of the story.
What do you want us to know? That did anything that the judge said strike a chord with you?
Yeah, and it's saying that I'm a thief and all these other things, and I didn't do it.
Let's go to the positive side. Anything that you heard your daughter say reach?
I'm just proud and I'm happy that she's reaching out and taking care of my sons, you know, and I'm happy for that she's there for them.
Life is short.
It definitely is.
Do you want to reach out to her or try to make it work with her?
Yes, I would like to have a relationship with her and my sons. I really would.
What are you willing to do to make that happen?
I'm willing to do anything, even stop smoking reefer.
Okay, all right. Good luck, good luck.
Thanks a lot.
All right, so tough situation. This is as tough as it gets.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to know that, you know, he just has a doesn't care attitude, and, you know, it's just hard raising 3 boys. I'm 20, and this is all new to me.
He just said right there he would like to have a relationship with you and the other kids.
Well, it's going to take some time to trust him and let him in again, but, you know, like, as of right now, I'm done. Maybe in the future, but he definitely won't be living in my apartment again.
All right. Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, I mean, I gotta say, at a point, you just gotta give up on the person and move on. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.